Hello everybody, I'm JackieKCooper and this is my entertainment rundown. Well, several days ago, I talked to you about Child's Play, the movie that had Chucky in it, and it was kind of gory, and it was a computer glitch that made the doll act like it did. Well, this time I've got the movie Annabelle Comes Home. I think this is like the third Annabelle movie, but she is the demon doll, and she is possessed by evil spirits, and supposedly a doll similar to this was part of an investigation by, true evil hunters, Ed and Lorraine Warren. They're played by Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson. So the doll has some relationship to their, possessed individuals hunting that they do. But as this movie starts off, Annabelle, the doll, has been captured by Ed and Lorraine, and they have a room in their house that's kept under lock and key, and they put the doll behind a glass case, or inside a glass case, and have a priest come in and drive out all demon spirits around it. But, there's a big sign, warning, do not open this case. So guess what happens in Annabelle Comes Home? The case gets opened, the doll gets set loose. And it is a fun, scary movie. It's not anything that's terrifying. It's those kind of scares that, make you jump a little bit, and you think that was fun, and then another one comes along. And it's got a plot that you can follow, and it's got, people who are so, I hate to use the word dumb, but I can't think of another word to use. They're the people, who you're up there saying, don't go down into the basement, don't go down into the basement. And what do? They go down into the basement. And of course, they never turn on the lights, and there are all kind of creepy things coming up behind them. Well, that's the kind of movie this is. Ed and Lorraine go off overnight, and they hire a babysitter to watch their daughter, played by McKenna Grace, who's great in the movie. And she is a young girl, maybe 12, 13 years old, and she's kind of bullied at school because of the occupation that her parents have. And, some kids don't even want to be friends with her because of her parents' occupation. But the babysitter is, a really nice young girl played by, let me make sure I get her name, Madison Eisman. And she's very sweet, and she, tells a young girl, you don't have to worry. Your parents want a birthday party for you, and I'm going to come to the birthday party. And my best friend, who is also at the house, and she's played by Katie Severith, and we're both going to come, and then somebody else is going to come, and they're just being nice to her. But then the friend of the babysitter somehow gets left in the house for a few minutes by herself, and what does she do? She heads straight to that room where all the evil stuff is kept, and manages to get the door open and head straight, it seems, for Annabelle. And the movie goes on from there. I don't want to spoil anything. That's just the setup of the plot. But the actors are good in this. The chills are fun. It's nothing overly gory or anything like that. It's just a fun movie to watch. And the fact that you've seen these characters in The Conjuring and other movies that, focused on Ed and Lorraine, they are not the focus here. Their daughter is. But it was fun. The movie is rated R. Excuse me. The movie is rated R for profanity and violence, and I scored it 6 out of 10. I thought it was above average. It was just a fun movie to see. Annabelle Comes Home. Then we have the movie Ophelia. And I know there are some of y'all who won't have any relationship to this, but there used to be a newscaster on the radio and television called Paul Harvey. And he would come out and give the news, and then he would say, and now for the rest of the story. And the rest of the story would be the background behind the news story. Well, Ophelia is the rest of the story. It's the story of Hamlet and Ophelia and what went on behind the scenes. and they picked Daisy Ridley of Star Wars fame to play Ophelia, and Hamlet is in it. He's played by, let me get his name, George McKay plays Hamlet. Ophelia's brother is played by Tom Felton. He used to be in the Harry Potter series. You'll recognize him. The Queen is played by Naomi Watts, and the Queen's brother-in-law, who wants to be king, is played by Clive Owen. But it's a fun thing. You know, at least I had enough basic knowledge of the Hamlet story, I guess, from high school. I still remember it, but enough, knowledge that this kind of filled in the blanks. It kind of takes it in a different path in some ways, but it was fun to see. And the acting is good all the way across. So, again, the story of Hamlet, Ophelia, Ophelia was, at one point goes mad. That's in the basic story. But this tells why. So you get to see all that. But the movie is rated PG-13 for profanity and violence. I scored it 6 out of 10 because I thought it was better than average. Daisy Ridley really does a good job as Ophelia, giving complexities to her personality and all of that. The movie, though, that I want you to take really good notice of is a movie called Wild Rose. And it's not playing in a large number of theaters. You're going to have to hunt it out. But it's about a girl living in Glasgow, Scotland, played by Jessie Buckley. She wants to be a country music star. She's got a voice that is fantastic, but she feels like she is just stifled in Scotland. She said, there's no hope for me. But there is, I thought this was strange, there is a Grand Ole Opry in Glasgow, Scotland. And that's where people come and perform country music. So, there is an outlet for her talent. But Rose, the girl's name, has had kind of a checkered past. When the movie opens, she's being released from jail. She's been in for a drug offense. She has to wear a band around her leg, a monitor, and has to be at home between the hours of 7 afternoon to 7 in the morning. And she lives with her mother, played by Julie Walters, and also Rose has 2 small children. So somebody who wants a career in Nashville, she's got the responsibility of these children. She depends on her mother. She's got a jail offense in her past, but she's got this talent. She's got this drive, and she really wants her dreams to come true. Now, how realistic is that? That's what the movie is about. She works part-time cleaning a house for a wealthy woman played by Sophie Okonido. And she hears her singing and decides, that she'll try to help her with her career. But everything about this movie is unique. It's fresh. We've had career stories before, but this Jessie Buckley, I don't know where she came from. I did look her up. She's done a lot of stage plays in London, that type of thing. But she is just amazing. When she sings, you just stop. The soundtrack from this movie is amazing, I'm sure. I'd love to have it. But it's so great to discover, a talent like Jessie Buckley is. She's a good actress. She's, a good singer. And I stayed through the credits because I thought maybe just somebody dubbed in her voice, but they didn't. She performed it all. But the movie's rated R. There's a lot of profanity in the movie. There's mild violence, but I scored the movie 8 out of 10. It's one of the best movies I've seen this year. Again, you're going to have to hunt it down, but when you do, let me know what you think about it, because Wild Rose is a movie that is well worth going to see. But those are my 3 movies. Again, if you haven't been a subscriber to our YouTube channel, make sure you do what you have to do to subscribe, punch the button, or do whatever you have to do. We'd love to have you come on board. But for now, this has been Jackie K. Cooper's Entertainment Rundown.